Every morning, the sun rises over Silicon Valley, the global capital of innovation. From Google's glass towers to Tesla's secret labs, the future of humanity is being written line by line, code by code. But what if I told you that, hidden among the geniuses and dreamers, there's another breed of people? Those who don't invent technology, they steal it. They wear no badges, carry no guns, and operate under no flag. Yet they've cost nations billions and silently rewritten the balance of global power. This isn't a spy movie. It's real. And it's happening right now in Silicon Valley. The first breach. It began quietly in 2014. An engineer at Apple was working on a top-secret project, something known internally as Project Titan. It was Apple's attempt to build an autonomous vehicle, a self-driving car that could revolutionize transportation forever. The engineer, Xiaoling Zhang, had full access to the vehicle's confidential blueprints, sensors, and circuit designs. But before leaving for vacation in China, Apple noticed something strange. Zhang's data downloads had skyrocketed. After an internal audit, investigators discovered that he had copied 25 gigabytes of proprietary data, entire design schematics, classified photographs, and test reports. His destination? A startup in China called Xiaopeng Motors, backed by major investors and closely tied to China's growing EV ambitions. Zhang was arrested at the airport minutes before boarding his flight. But what Apple didn't know was that he was just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. The Valley of Shadow, Silicon Valley, is often portrayed as a paradise of progress. But beneath the luxury campuses and bright logos, it's also the most lucrative espionage target on Earth. According to FBI data, nearly 80% of all economic espionage cases in the U.S. involve technology companies based in California. And almost all of them share one thing in common. They start with trust. A bright engineer joins a startup. A researcher collaborates on an AI model. A foreign investor offers funding. And slowly, silently, information begins to leak. Insiders sell data for money or out of loyalty to their homeland. Hackers target cloud servers disguised as legitimate users. Sometimes, it's not even people, it's code. Malware so sophisticated, it hides for years before exfiltrating terabytes of data overnight. To understand how deep this goes, we need to go back to the Cold War. From Cold War to Code War in the 1980s, espionage meant stealing blueprints, sneaking into labs, or bribing insiders. But today, the battlefield has shifted from steel and oil to chips and code. The modern spy doesn't wear a trench coat, they wear a badge. They work inside companies like Google, Nvidia, or Intel, and they blend in perfectly. Former CIA agent John Rampton once said, "If the Cold War was fought with missiles, the new one is fought with microchips." In this new war, secrets worth billions can fit on a USB stick smaller than your thumb. And nowhere are those secrets more concentrated than Silicon Valley, the brain of the digital world. The FBI's wake-up call. By 2019, the FBI realized the scale of the problem. Director Christopher Wray made a chilling statement. "We open a new counterintelligence case related to China every 12 hours. Silicon Valley had become a feeding ground. In one case, a chip engineer at ASML was caught trying to steal designs for advanced lithography systems, the very technology that powers the world's most sophisticated semiconductors. In another, Google accused a former employee of leaking sensitive AI code to a foreign company. The US government began calling it the billion-dollar heist, a silent theft of innovation that could rewrite global dominance in technology. Operation Night Circuit. Behind closed doors, the FBI launched a covert operation known as Night Circuit. Its mission: to map and dismantle espionage networks targeting Silicon Valley tech firms. They discovered something disturbing. Dozens of shell companies, some based in California, others in Singapore or Hong Kong, were secretly funneling stolen blueprints and algorithms to private defense labs overseas. One company, supposedly a recruitment firm, was actually serving as a bridge, helping spies infiltrate American tech companies under false identities. In intercepted emails, investigators found code words like harvest season and golden grain, referring to upcoming technology releases. The entire system operated like a shadow supply chain, where data, not weapons, was the currency. But the story doesn't end with foreign agents. Some of the world's biggest tech companies are also accused of playing the espionage game themselves. In 2018, Uber admitted it had secretly acquired confidential information from Waymo, Google's self-driving division, through a former employee. The result was a legal battle that cost Uber $245 million in settlement and nearly destroyed its self-driving dreams. Even American companies spy on each other, on rivals, and sometimes on their own employees. Because in Silicon Valley, information is power, and power is everything. The price of secrets. For every spy caught, there are 10 who aren't. For every secret protected, another slips away. The cost isn't just financial, it's human. Careers destroyed, companies ruined, nations at odds. A former NSA analyst once said, "The next war won't be fought with weapons, it'll be fought with algorithms." The truth is, the future of artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and biotech could all depend on who wins the invisible war playing out in Silicon Valley today. The future no one can protect. As technology races forward, espionage evolves with it. AI-generated deepfakes, voice clones, and synthetic identities make infiltration easier than ever before. Imagine a future where a fake CEO can authorize a $1 million deal with a cloned voice, or where AI itself begins to learn how to steal secrets without human guidance. That future is not science fiction, it's the next chapter. Silicon Valley stands at a crossroads. It can either build stronger walls, or risk losing the very innovations that made it powerful. The invisible war. Every night, thousands of servers in Silicon Valley hum quietly in the dark, holding the dreams, secrets, and blueprints of our future. But somewhere, on another continent, someone is already reaching through the digital fog, trying to steal them. Because in this age of innovation, the line between progress and espionage has vanished. And in the race for the future, every idea is worth stealing.